Hello, my beautiful people. This is Mgtow.net coming to you with another video today. And today I'm going to add a topic I want to discuss with you all. Um, why you all still choose to date. Like, why are you still dating? Um, I really wanted to make this video because it's really bothering me. And it like logically it just doesn't make any sense for me. But that's just me. I mean, check this out. Every woman says that they want a gentleman, right? I mean, pretty much the majority of them. So let's actually break that down. What that really is. I mean, think about it. It's a man's job to approach the woman, right? And most women say they want a man at a certain height. So you have to be a certain height. You have to be a certain weight. You have to dress with a certain amount of style. You have to have interesting and intriguing conversation. You have to say words, the right words when they're appropriate. You know, you got to ask her. You got to ask her for her phone number. Which you got to expose yourself to rejection because we all know that the majority of women they're not gonna do that shit. So I mean, but you supposed to put yourself out there like that. Then you get her phone number. So it don't stop there. Because then after you get her phone number, now you have to be interesting. You have to be fun. You have to be intriguing. The conversation has to be, or you're labeled boring, you know. So now it's your job to come up with this intriguing conversation to where she, oh yeah, great. Oh, okay. No pressure on her. Everything on you. Then they want to know, well, what do you have to offer? Do you have your own house? Do you have a car? Do you have a degree? Okay, basically, I gave you my phone number, so why should I talk to you? Now it goes into kind of like why. So now you have to talk about, oh, well, I did this and I've done that and all of that shit, right? So let's say you pass through all those bullshit tests, right? Then you go on the first date. So now it's your job to pick her up on the first date. You have to pick the right restaurant because, God forbid you take her to, I don't know, like a seafood restaurant and, in the middle of whatever conversation you all were having, at some point she told you that she didn't like seafood. It may have slipped your mind because, I don't know, maybe you have 1,000 other things going on. But no, does that matter to her? Hell no. So you got to pick the right restaurant. It can't be too big of a cheap restaurant. Like if you're like, hey, look, let's go get the 2 for $20 at Applebee's. She's automatically gonna label you as cheap, and that's like an automatic no callback for another date. I mean, shit like that. Stupid. You're responsible to open her car door, close her car door. You gotta pay for the food. I mean, goddamn. So you really have to ask yourself, like, okay, so what is she responsible for except for just showing up? I mean, really. So at this point, she has gotten everything that she wants at this point. And you ain't got shit. Now, you may or may not try to have sex with her after spending a total of 10 hours of labor plus food and gas, right? Then she tells you, no, 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 no. That's moving too fast. She doesn't want to move too fast. So, remember, you're a gentleman because that's what she wants. So you're a gentleman. So you say, oh, okay, that's fine. So the gentleman rule, okay, and I'm not making this shit up. They made this shit up. The gentleman rule is the 3-date rule. This means you have to spend upwards of 30 hours of labor from phone calls to text messages, going on dates. We're talking about 3+ dates. You're talking about buying food, more gas, drinks, before you ever get the pleasure of even having sex with this woman. This entire time, this is why it's funny. Because this entire time that you've been doing this shit, she's been fucking her ex-boyfriend and has been eating out at a different restaurant the entire week with a different guy. Now I know you're like, oh no, 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 dog. I swear to God, like I personally know women that have told me this. Like when they go to a new city, they're always approached by men. So when you see those women that kind of walk into like those lounges, bars by themselves, and then you all exchange numbers, you meet up and, you take her to this restaurant here or there. I guarantee you she has at least 4 other people that she's doing the exact same thing with, and ain't nobody getting none. You know why ain't nobody getting none? Because she's still sleeping with her ex. I want you to think about that for a second. So, then when let's say you get to the next level. Let's say you get into a relationship, right? So let's get forward to the relationship. So now you're responsible for keeping the relationship interesting and exciting. You're responsible for that, not her, you. Because if you don't, that's her excuse. Making sure she feels secure and loved and appreciated. Who has time for this shit? But I'll continue. The longer the relationship goes, the less sex you get. The more comfortable she gets. She stops doing things that she did in the beginning, that made you feel important. Like, have you noticed that she doesn't answer your phone calls as much, or she doesn't call you as much, or doesn't text you as much? So, but she continues to make, demand more from you, which is the funny thing, because now she wants more from you. Buy me this, buy me that. We don't do this anymore. We don't do that anymore. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why deal with that shit? But anyway, I'll continue. And I understand you men want love. I get it. It's built in you. But has it ever occurred to you that her love for you is different than the love you have for her? Has it ever occurred to you? Men are physical creatures. So we fall in love with beauty all the time. However, you can't separate a woman's beauty and her pussy from her body. You can't. So if you was to fall in love with her looks or her pussy or whatever, then you're still falling in love with her. However, women don't fall in love with dick. They don't. Okay? I know some of you all that are got them big egos out there like, oh, yes, they do. No, they don't. They tell you that. But the reality is they don't. They don't. That's why they cheat. Just Google it. Okay? You ain't got to take my word for it. Google how many women have fake orgasms. Just Google it. Like, women do it all the time. You will see that most women fake enjoying sex with you. They get more stimulation from oral sex rather than penetration. Okay? That is a fact. You can ask most women that, and most of them will tell you the truth. I mean, don't take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. Do the research. I'm telling you the truth. So women don't fall in love with dick. Women fall in love with how you make them feel. Okay? I'll repeat it. Women fall in love with how you make them feel. This is why PUAs exist. This is why women will fuck losers and make you pay for everything. She can't love you the way that you love her because men and women love differently. This is why you hear women say stupid shit all the time like, I fell out of love with him. How the fuck do you fall out of love with someone? Right? That's how we look at it. But to them, that makes perfect sense. That's why. So, I mean, you all can keep fighting with yourselves and arguing with yourselves back and forth, but the truth is the truth. That's why you hear them say, we grew apart. What? You grew apart? Yeah, we grew apart. Or, he doesn't support me anymore. He doesn't support you. He doesn't support my dreams and all that type of stupid shit. This is why you can't reason with her. No matter how hard you work, it will never be enough. Women have been doing this shit from the beginning of time. So for all you Bible freaks out there, pay attention to this one. Adam was created by God. and he was created perfect by God. And Adam and God together was still not good enough for Eve. So good luck with that one. Okay? But I get it. I like women just like you. I like pussy just like you. However, I'm not playing those games. I'm sorry. I'm not. You only got one life. Why waste your life having to chase women, trying to convince one of them to love you? For what? However, most men, they spend their entire lives doing such. If you feel that it's worthwhile, then go right ahead. Go right ahead. But I ain't never heard of no man killing himself because he went Mgtow. However, I've heard of plenty of stories of men killing themselves, their friends, strangers, or their wives or girlfriends because of some pussy. Okay? What has pussy done? It has started wars, broken up families, forced men to commit suicide, and promoted consumerism. Consumerism is all about buying shit you don't need to impress a woman. Cars, clothes, jewelry, student loans, new cell phones, the shoes that you buy. I can go hours with this. Women buy clothes to impress women, not men. Women get their hair done to impress other women, not to impress men. Women get their nails done to impress women, not to impress men. What man goes around complimenting women on their nail design? I mean, come on now. So, look, if you need some pussy, I get it. Go to a swingers club. Watch porn. Get an escort online. You know? I mean, fellas, there's plenty of things that you can do. You know? Go to a massage parlor. Go to a strip club. I mean, go to a sex store and buy a vagina. Or buy the actual sex doll online. They can have them online. It's cheaper in the long run, less stress, rather than trying to impress a woman. Trying to get women's approval and spending your entire life trying to keep someone else happy. Go to the gym, start lifting weights. It doesn't matter how old you are. Start walking every day. Go jogging. Look up videos on the correct way to lift weight techniques, to make yourself feel better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? However, if you still want to date, if you still like, yo, I have to date, then go ahead. If your entire world is wrapped around the approval of women, then I encourage you to go date. Because Mgtow may not be for you. But at least if you are going to date, then please, 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 for the sake of your future self, get your body in shape so you can appeal to a wider range of women. Always, no matter what, save 15% of your moolah for emergencies. And if you don't know what moolah means, I'm talking about that money. Don't date no ghetto or hood chicks. Make sure you debt free and have your own crib. Alright? So, I'm still telling you don't do it. But if you just feel like you got to, good luck with that.